Paradise, the ultimate abode of our dreams, where harmony and peace live in abundance, and a state of bliss is nothing less than the constant. A place of imagination, not in certainty it's known if such a place exists, but in belief it does in all its beauty. And if something exists in the mind, assured by a feeling, it doesn't need to be seen with the eyes to be real. It's often referred to as a place far from here. No flight goes there at all. And the picture of this paradise is one so unique, you wouldn't find it at any gallery wall. It solely exists in your own mind and lives there without cost. From now and then you flee into that picture, where sunshine, bliss and happiness flow with the movement of the waterfall, next to the fairy's pond, where a breath of air consists of the purity of living lungs that makes you dance to the song of love, played by the aliveness in the veins of all that's rooted in the bliss of existence. Touched by all the bliss of life, hungry for that feeling of unbothered love, the fulfillment that extends the heart. Is there a way to find it in this world? Shooting stars crash from the mind to realize this now and here, that maybe it's a shame to wait for better days, to dream of far-off worlds if you walk on one yourself. So much of what you refer to as a paradise can be found near. A sign to dare to leave your made-up world and give this one a chance to find the glimpses of paradise here on earth. Run towards the light. Dance despite the shadows. Listen without judgment. Reveal the ways of life. Touch that regrows flowers. A smile amidst it all. Dare to show a kindness, one that shakes the ground. Breathe love into existence. A lust to create and find the beauty in the landscape and in every single eye. Set fire to the sparklers that share a love at core, unbothered by provoking hate and fear lingering around. The one-sided devil shocked by your decision to see the bliss in every single day. Even in times of doubt and sorrow, when the heart is strained, a courage gained to look for peace and harmony will show itself. Let all the feelings coexist, but never lose the sight of acknowledging the in and external light. The glimpses of a paradise are here for you to find once you reveal the loving details as the baseline of this life. And even if a made-up world seems nicer on some days, never fall into the trap that's there. Rather go and find happiness on earth while here. Be part of feeling all the good that every part remains, that ever made this life on earth as heavenly as paradise itself.
Hello beautiful beings, as you can see it is bluebell season in the woods and it couldn't be more beautiful. Honestly, it looks like I just walked right into a fairyland and the white garlic is still in bloom. That's all the white blossoms that you can see. and it's just so gorgeous. It feels so good to walk barefoot again, even though it is slightly on the colder side today. We had some sun in the last couple of days, and I think tomorrow it's gonna rain again. This year has been so rainy so far, so basically every sunny day is a blessing here in Ireland. My friend said to me the other day that living in Ireland is like living under a giant elephant. Whenever you look up, it's grey. And honestly, that is so true. Most of the days it rains, and we only get like hours of sun in between. And that always feels like such a blessing. The last couple of days have been sunny all day, and that is just amazing to feel the sun on the skin, walk barefoot on the ground. And I feel like with this spring, my energy is finally coming back to me, my motivation, my inspiration, and it just feels so good. And I hope that you feel these fresh new energies that the spring brings as well, and that you're feeling good, and yeah, that life is treating you well. I also started to go for ocean swims again, which feels so good and so nourishing, although it is still quite cold. I have been surfing last week, which was really cold as well, but good. I can't believe how much of a difference the wetsuit actually makes. It's so addictive. So next weekend I'm actually going to travel to Echo Island, which is in the west, to explore the nature there, and I'm gonna film the whole trip as well, which I'm looking forward to. And yeah, with this whole new season, there's just so much more to explore again, so much time to spend outside, and I want to travel to the west more often. And I have a couple of places on my adventure list that I want to tick off this year here in Ireland. For example, going to the Salty Islands to see the puffins. There's just so much beauty in nature that just now comes back, and all the animals as well. It feels so good to experience that new life. When I think back, this winter has actually been quite hard, and I haven't been filming as much as I would have liked to, but I'm still happy that I pushed through the whole winter and uploaded now and then, and hopefully I can be more consistent with it now from now on again. I don't know, I just feel like I never really want to put anything out there that doesn't feel 100% right, that doesn't feel true to me. And it's just sometimes really hard for me to get into that creative space, and it has been quite hard for me to get into that space during the winter. And I feel like a lot of creative souls experience that in winter, and when the spring hits, everything kind of slowly comes back, and that feels so good. I have so many ideas, and slowly want to put them into action. And yeah, I'm just happy that my drive is coming back to me, and that I can create more again. And when I look back, I started this channel about a year ago, and at this point I just want to say a huge thank you for everyone who's here, for everyone that supports this channel, and that, you know, watches my videos and my art and listens to my words. And it's just so beautiful that I can just do what I love, put it on the internet, and you beautiful souls are watching it. So thank you so much for being you, for being here. I really deeply appreciate that you're here supporting me, and that you like it. You know, that is also just such a blessing, that I put something out there and someone actually watches it and actually likes it. I hope that you stick along for the journey this year. I feel like this year is so uncertain. Like, everything is just so uncertain at the moment in my life, with so many different things, and sometimes I feel like I'm yearning for some stability in some way, but at the same time I'm thriving with this kind of uncertainty, and just going with the flow. So at the end of the day, it's all about balance again. And with everything in life, I feel like it all comes down to balance. With everything that I do, I always come back to basically two things. The first thing is that it will always be a journey of trying to keep everything in balance, and sometimes it won't work, and you will go off in that extreme and then in the other extreme again. But over time you will find that you will catch yourself more often to regulate yourself again and come back to that center point, come back to balance. And I feel like it's all about trying to keep that balance, and just accepting that sometimes, you know, you can't always stay in balance. You know, sometimes you have to go a little more to that extreme and sometimes a little more to that extreme, but important is that you always come back to that center line and never lose that connection with yourself and with your 0 point, and you know, with your heart space, and yeah, just with that balance that you can achieve in life, because that is ultimately the harmony that you can create for yourself. And the second point being that it all comes down with whatever I do, that I just want to be present. I just want to be as present as possible, experiencing this life in its whole beauty. And on some days, you know, I might not be able to be as present as I like to be, but you know, no matter if it's 100% that day or 50% that day, to give my best to be present in that moment, to really soak it all in, experience life to the fullest. And you know, that's the second point that I think it always comes back to, just trying to be as present as possible and enjoying life on this earth as much as possible. And those are the things that I really focus on nowadays, every day. And yeah, keeping a balance, being present, and yeah, not get eaten by the bugs. Yeah, so I'm just very happy right now, very grateful, and especially grateful that you're all here and that I can do this. And yeah, thank you so much for being here, for listening, for commenting, and for just being you, shining your light. And I will see you all again very soon. And as always, I'm sending you so much love and light and happiness. Take care. I'll see you soon.